Cornetto trilogy, right?
Yeah.
Everything has a horror element in it where it's like, oh, this is really cool.
I just thought of another one.
Arachnophobia?
Yeah, that's literally what I was gonna say.
No, it's not.
No, it literally arachnophobia.
Hey!
Wow.
Early
Just
90s.
check the notes. Wow.
Jeff Daniels, John Goodman.
Yeah.
Probably changed my life forever.
I will say, if I could have like an honorable, just in my high school, it was a big tradition every year to go watch the new Saw movie.
Okay.
And that was just like a thing where it was like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this conversation and like how, because it's like now for me personally, you're getting into like late 90s, early 2000s, and you're having the Scream franchise starting to be released. I Know What You Did Last Summer. The Saws are starting to come.
God, Scream is...
Final Destination ruined traffic for everybody forever.
Yeah. Yo, that first Scream movie, though, is legit one of my favorites.
Recently?
We watched it. We watch it every year.
Well, recently, because I hadn't seen the new Scream movie.
I haven't seen the new one.
Complication for me is like, even though I was like rooting for him over them, I still am not really totally rooting for him either.
I think that's a really interesting point because I think that's you engaging with the medium, because I think a lot of times media asks us to reward, again, I talked about it, like reward, atrocities with violence and be like, cool, but it's like, but at what cost?
Right.
It's like
kind
the
of like
cost is so high.
It's kind of like the suspension of disbelief, but in a different form of like suspension of redeemable qualities.
Right. And I can't really fully do that.
That's
No,
really good.
I
really
totally get it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that was bothering me. And that's what I mean of like, I didn't really want to like this because, again, no one's really redeemable in this.
But
Not even
But
Genesis?
you understand why they're doing it.
one of
Sterling
them
K.
is...
Brown as the dad.
Well, no, I was going to say it's the directors.
I know.
Oh,
I'm just
but
saying.
as the-
I'm
yeah,
great
Sterling K.
casting
Brown.
Jordan Peele's movie.
100% Sterling K. Brown would be.
The dad.
For the directors, for me, it would be either James Wan.
Ooh.
I'm a huge fan of The Conjuring, and
Ooh.
the aesthetic he creates within those films are amazing.
I'm going to Kevin Smith this and say, I want to watch your movie.
Or David S. Sandberg, Pony Smasher.
Ooh.
would be really great as
Another
far as
good
like
one.
visuals of effects go. He's really amazing with playing with the camera within worlds and using amazing practical effects that you think are CG. But they're really
the
actually
thing
in
that
camera.
David Sandberg is really freaking good with is silence. And
Yeah.
then you see something and then it goes away and there's still silence. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, hell nah, dog. And that's what
So
I'm saying.
those are my director choices. James Wan or David S. Sandberg would be just okay by me.
Yeah. Holy
It's
shit.
just okay.
Holy
Would be amazing.
fuck.
You played the original games, and
Yeah.
so it felt like, oh, cool.
And
That
you
I
played
remember.
Let's Go.
I remember
Yeah.
exactly like that. It was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And it makes me actually appreciate Let's Go a little bit. Because it was like, wait, I feel like I just got a show of Let's Go a little bit. I was like, it's me. It's me.
It me.
I was there. I am the one that Pokemon's.
I'm the Pokemon boy.
I'm the one who boys.
I'm the one who catches them all.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Gang Grumps.
No.
Shout out.
So yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was one of those things that I watched it through because you have to homework. Hopped on it because our household is a major fan of Idris Elba, and
Oh, right, because of Luther, right?
Luther.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much anything he
The Wire.
touches.
Rock and Rolla?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Poor Ugly Man.
Nobody usually knows Rock and Rolla, and I love
Yeah,
that movie.
man. I will watch him in anything that he does.
Cats?
I have not watched that, so I take back everything that I said.
You don't want to see his cat butthole?
No.
Hey, there's no butthole cut.
Oh, I want the ball cut.
You would.
So Idris Elba, you
Idris
jumped
Elba.
in October?
Yeah, jumped
Okay.
in like pretty much the weekend that it came out and was not disappointed. Hey, where do I watch this? And he sent me the same website, and I was like, God bless it. My ad blocker was stopping it from playing, and it was
an ad.
almost unwatchable because there were so
Pop-ups.
many pop-ups, ads. I was like,
you are a Jedi now, and you hear the crying of 1,000 voices. Like,
I was
legit, like Oh,
couldn't
the sexy ads.
I couldn't even.
Tom's just like, it's just another Tuesday for me.
I ended up into like a full-on pornographic film.
Yeah.
I was like,
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I was
Nice.
like, okay, this is what we're doing right now.
It was called
Wow.
Baka No Not There. And
Baka no.
you now, yeah, but that's your rite of passage. You
I
understand.
couldn't control the playback or anything. It was like once it got started, I was like, don't touch it, Josh. Just watch.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave
Don't
it
eat-
alone.
yeah.
Just watch it.
Don't turn off the dim mode on.
The only way I could get us to stop is if I quit my browser.
Uh-huh.
So
so,
go.
Yes.
He's such a wonderful actor to watch in anything that he does.
You see him in Euphoria?
I haven't seen him in Euphoria,
And
but
his-
in Selma and Fear the Walking Dead, I
his
honestly,
character arc in this is fucking wild. Because I was like, I trust this guy. And then I was like, oh shit.
I don't trust this
I-
guy.
I would say-
take it back.
I would say for everyone listening and you, Josh, trigger warnings for all of Euphoria. But he is a wonderful. His character is a recovering addict, and he is like.
I
so good.
would love for him to narrate my life.
Yeah.
His voice, I just like, yeah, no, keep talking. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like he just has this voice that, and he's such a good actor. He's just good.
He's just so.
He's just
such a good actor.
He's so good.
It made Josh's shoulders spasm.
Yeah.
He's so good
Anytime
at
I see him,
acting.
he's gonna be in something. I'm like, I'm here for it.
His shoulder said Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Josh, Tom.
I'm Josh. What's up, y'all?
For me, I
I
think
don't have one on the tip of my tongue right now.
I really liked just catching up with Neo, where he's at in the
Mhm.
Matrix at the beginning. It's very much, to me, it's so funny. I felt like the beginning, I was very like, all right, you're gonna have to sell me on like how we're gonna come back. Like, spoilers, they died. What the,
Yeah.
how the hell are they back?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this? And it's like, okay, he would like, and they start with him with the computer monitor. I'm like, but it's a new computer monitor. I'm like, okay. And then also just the beginning sequence, like it's a shot for shot like remake of.
That's what I was
Trinity's
gonna
thing,
say.
right?
Fuck.
And-
I was like, wait,
Well,
just
too
slipped
bad
my
it's
mind.
mine now.
Yep.
So, and then we get Bugs, who's in there, and she's like, "What's going
know
on?"
this.
And then I was like, "That's not Trinity." And I'm like, "Oh shit, this is like it's very metatextual in that way, where we're an audience watching an audience watching something else, and you think it's all gonna play out, and it doesn't play out, and then all of a sudden you see Yahya Abdul-Mateen, you're like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And then
Love the idea of everyone throwing their ideas in, but I also want to be okay with knowing. I want everyone to have that trust in me that I know what I'm doing. And I know that there's a lot of fat here, and I love everyone's jokes, but we do need to also remember there's a story here, and finding that balance is really entertaining to me. And it's something that it's one of those thing that I could work on and be like, oh shit, it's 4 a.m. I thought it was noon. And
Jesus.
it's,
What a time.
you know what I mean though? Like,
well, it's because he woke up early. That's what it actually.
yeah. I actually slept in. So, but like that kind of stuff is something that's saved for someone like the showrunners. I get to be a part of the big group effort, and I also get to be a part of the intimate effort where we're again drowning our babies and chiseling away at this, to steal Carly's saying, like chiseling away at this piece of marble and to make it into something.
Seth Rogen goes, I assume you all have guns and crack.
But also in the liquor store, I love Fogel. He just makes
Yeah,
me
man.
laugh. Old enough to
McLovin.
what? To party. I love his delivery of almost all of his lines.
He's
It's
so
not
nervous.
it's not the going I'm worried about with ladies. It's the coming. Ah! Like, every time, and then you find out at the end of the movie, they're like, "Yeah, we knew you weren't 24, man." 25.
But I think there is like a nice, cute story there too of like we wanted to also remind ourselves that we could still party.
Yeah.
Like it's like I shouldn't have cock blocked you. I should have cock guided you.
You
like
should be guiding his car. not
yeah,
blocking.
it's like these old guys who are trying to hold in their childhood. It's like also a little poetic of like Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg making this
Yeah.
film of like we're also reconnecting with their childhood in a way where, even though it's like decades later for people who are your age, Corey, and it's like, oh well, like this is very representative of my
Yeah.
growing.
Like there was an interesting interview with Bill Hader where he talks about that scene where they discover McLovin, in bed with this girl, and he was like, I was playing it for the comedy.
I loved every aspect of this.
story, and it just gets better. Like it just gets more grandiose, and it was just so good. There's certain things I really want to talk about, but I'm gonna wait until favorite parts.
You know how we do our show. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I'm
sure.
gonna stick to the layout of the show that we've been doing for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
I really don't want to, but I'll do it for you.
I'll do it for
Caitlin-
you guys.
Caitlin, you or me?
You
Go,
go.
go. Wait. Let me do Caitlin so that the. Oh no, I'm the grump. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why I said you disappointed all of us.
You were
supposed to be
the chosen one.
paying
because
attention.
He had the most votes, and I was like, he's gonna have the most stellar review for this thing. So okay,
That's twice now.
you know what's up, y'all? It's me, Tom. Nerdy boy here. For those who don't read comic books, this is a wonderful, wonderful way to get into it.
So it was a fantastic journey. I'll get into favorite parts later. I really super dug it.
Would you say that you liked it?
Nope.
Yes. Sorry. That is.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Oh no, I didn't do the right thing.
Oh,
There
no,
it is. That's the one. Okay.
Oh jeez.
All right, everyone.
Oh,
Hello.
jeez.
Are we here?
Hello.
Yeah, we made it.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Welcome.
Hit me.
It's Corey, y'all. It's a Monday. That means Corey has to be here, or it's
a Monday.
or it's the first time Corey's been on a Monday in a long time, and everyone better show up and ask all the best questions, like how to
Let's see
get
if I remember how to do this.
how to get baby poopy out of your clothes.
You don't. It stains.
Corey,
Match with the hard, cold facts.
are you wearing a baby Bjorn?
No, but I'm wearing my overalls.
Yeah, his. Let's get it done.
As soon as I was a father, I think that week I bought overalls because it's like I don't want to wear pants anymore. And it's the greatest decision of my life. I think I went publicly with this. So I was like, how dare no one tell me how comfortable these are? I missed out on 30 plus years of overalls because I'm pretty sure I wore overalls when I was like 2. I have some pictures, but man, I have so many pockets. I don't know what to do with them.
Pockets.
That's a great
Pockets
problem
is
to
a
have.
real commodity in the world.
Yeah,
Women
when we got
want
rid of
pockets.
cargo shorts, I lost a lot of who I was as a person.
What do you mean we lost cargo shorts?
Cargo shorts out of style, baby.
I am so out of style then. Like I have nothing but multiple pockets in my pants.
No, I mean, you have cargo shorts though, specifically cargo shorts.
They're shorts and they have the
Here's the
little
thing.
side pocket.
Here's the thing though, you wear it for functionality. You work at a warehouse.
I
and,
do.
you have to have those
And
on set.
and my tennis shoes are literally steel toe tennis shoes.
I'm not on set right now. I don't have an excuse. I'm just an asshole, according to the trends. So I went with the overalls, and I want to live in them. I want to live in overalls for the rest of my life.
Hey, new tip, T-Dog. Thank you for internet money. Buy some pizza for a filming day. Thank you. $40.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That's actually that's the alert system for the Nerd On one. It's not my oh
The French champagne, known for its excellence.
How's everyone doing in the chat? Ethan, Johnny Horror, T-Dog. How you doing? How's your weekend? How's your Monday been? We got a interesting show today. Got some good questions. Nate the Great, also thank you for the raid before we got started on today's show. And also Nate the Great, we will definitely let you know because we are planning to raid you once we are done so you can play some more of that Diablo 2 remastered.
The ladder, baby. Ladder's here. We've been cranking on that. I haven't been the last couple nights. I've been trying to catch some rest.
What is ladders?
Ladder is like seasons.
Oh.
So you have till the end of the season, and then at the end of the season, your character gets put back onto non-ladder, and you can start fresh again with new stuff. And yeah,
Why?
it's fun.
Oh. They did that in Diablo 3 when we were playing it, and they had seasons, but I didn't know they called it ladder.
It originally was called Ladder, yeah.
Oh, Gamer Fuji, Julie, how you doing? Didn't want to miss rare Corey appearance. Well, hopefully
Not gonna
Corey.
be so rare anymore.
Yeah, hopefully it's not so rare, but also fatherly duties happen sometimes, and wife isn't a robot sitting at home. She's got a career and has to live life, so sometimes Corey might have to miss it. So don't get used to it, but appreciate it. That's what I
You
say.
could get used to it. Just miss me when I'm gone.
but
That's all I got.
but then I'll always miss you. 6 days out of the week.
It's Tom.
Good day for Ethan Who. I'm
Not if you come over
glad.
for Magic Night, Tom. Not if you come over for Magic Night, Tom.
I can't always do magic. Like
You can this Wednesday, I'm telling you.
I might not be able to because I legit might have to help my sister move to her new apartment. So,
At 7 p.m.?
what time do I get off work, Corey?
6.
So what time do I have time to help out anybody?
It's a full hour.
I have to drive up to Northridge and then drive wherever the hell she
Yeah,
moved.
yeah. All right. Well, tell her to do it on Thursday.
I mean, I just told her like, hey, whenever you're free, let me know, and I want to help you out. But she's got a kid. I'm like, I got, and
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. It's more important than magic, I guess.
it's I haven't had a sister or a brother help me out when I move. I've only had my found family, such as you and the storyboard crew. So I'm like, let me try to be there for. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be part. Try to do your part in the family.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. We do got blurps. I don't know if you saw. Yeah, Corey, you saw some blurps.
No.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if we could spend some blurpage right now. What the hell? Do I not have these?
Do we have the spanking time thing yet?
Let's find out.
Because
I think we had it. I think it played. Did it play?
spanking time?
I just redeemed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
There it is. Put the volume back on because I want to hear it.
Ethan, who didn't have evening class, so I got home early. That's wonderful. So you could be here. Johnny Horror, great weekend. Celebrating my girlfriend's daughter's birthday. Now working. Johnny Horror, I hope you're having a good work shift. And also, I'm glad that you and your girlfriend and her daughter had a good birthday. Gamer Fuji asks, how's daddying?
Did not play, Tom.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Is it because you don't have the audio? I mean, no, because it should be on
It should be on.
Twitch.
It should be on. Let me see.
I just bought it again, so we'll see.
My extension.
Isn't this a fun show?
I know, right? It's part tech.
We're getting the tech rehearsal done at the same time.
Oh, I think I know what to do. Cause yeah, I didn't add it onto this thing. Okay, so copy OBS browser, exit out of this ish, and then put it into a browser source, and then I'm gonna make blurps, and then boom, and then add to source. Come on, boom. I've had to do so much learning of OBS lately. Do it now. There you go. There you go. Now order is redeemed to the world. Shane Salk Productions, hello. And so sorry for all of the files that you've had to find.
The audio didn't work.
What do you mean?
So I couldn't hear it.
Son of...
It came up, the little image came up, but what are you going to do?
I'm going to fix it. That's what I'm going to fucking do.
Well, it's got a 30-second cooldown anyway, so...
God, I gotta do.
I'm just happy it's there, man, because we talked about that a year and a half ago.
Okay, what the hell? Why copy that? Why? Okay, copy. Okay, and then it's in there. Control audio.
Now that I spent that money, I'm so broke. Why are you broke? Oh, like channel money, or real money?
Oh, hey, new tip. Street 42. Thank you for the $40. Thank you. We are now we are a quarter of the way. Quarter of the way to the full short film fund. Again, locations are all locked. Cast is all set. Table reads happened. Finalizing the script. We're going to be shooting on the 29th of May. Very exciting. And you are helping us, 1, eat, and 2, get out of our pockets a little bit because it didn't all come out of pocket.
Spent $1,000 today on what?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
$1,000?
Okay. Well, why doesn't the audio work? Okay.
What does that get you today? A Ferrari?
Why didn't the audio work?
Maybe 2?
Why didn't the audio work?
I don't know. You want me to try it again?
Sure.
It's
Mamba.
spanking time. Mamba's here. What's going on?
I hear it. But
Yeah, it's still not coming through. That's all. You got to choose the audio source where output. Yeah.
Input capture. And then create blurb audio.
Well, T-Dog, I feel honored that we were a part of that budgeting. That feels very cool for my first time back. Mamba, I'm trying to come back and hear it. I'm so excited it's here, and Tom's ruining my night. Is what's happening with the audio. I just want to hear that it's spanking time. Is the audio source muted? Says Gamer Fuji.
I don't know.
Is it OBS?
I don't know. Y'all, try. I'm gonna try right now.
It's on cooldown for 10 more seconds. Did you try? Did you change anything?
Okay. I don't know what happened. I don't understand. Cause it plays on my normal stream thing.
Yeah, it's just where its output is going is all.
Okay. We're gonna figure this out, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna figure this out. I promise you. Yeah, I see that not showing up, but I don't know why. Because I don't know where make sure it's both monitor and output. Because I'm hearing
3,000 points now out of my 45,000 points on this channel. Not even the most someone has. Mama says you had one job.
I got one job, baby. I'm the new one job, baby. Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
Shane is in here. Yeah.
Okay, let me try doing that.
If you can hear it, but it's not playing on the stream, it's either muted or set to the wrong output. That's what I'm saying.
Keep talking?
I'm going to keep talking.
Okay.
Echo, weird. Is there an echo now?
Yeah, there was. Because I had to change the thing.
How do I have more points? Because when we're on here, we're usually not logged in as ourselves. We're usually logged in as Nerdon, so we can change shit.
Okay. Hold on.
There it is.
All right, everyone, shut up. I can't. Everyone, shut up.
It's shanking time.
Oh, that's a big puss.
I did it. I am the smartest person that I know.
It's spanking time. Oh yeah.
Man.
Makes me happy. All right, now we can move on with the show. It's good to be back, America.
Okay. All right, we got it. Okay. All right. Emotional damage. Okay, cool. All right. So everyone, we got a show for you tonight. We're gonna talk about some news. We're gonna talk about some questions that we got from the chat from you guys. Please participate. You know how it is. We're doing a stream show. It's not like our normal podcast. We won. We did it. Someone call Obi-Wan because we did it. Did you try turning it on and off again? I did, and it worked out. Since we don't record this offhand, we don't do clap sync for record, but we do it for fun. So Corey, give me a clap sync.
Corey, did that work?
Yeah.
Is Brad here? No.
It's all claps for fun. Brad, clapping for you. Clap one out for Brad, everyone. Everyone plus clap in the chat for Brad.
Press F for clap.
Yeah. Do you want to open or do you want me to open?
I'll do it.
You should open.
I'm rusty as hell, but let's dust these things off.
I think we just go into it. Unless let me do the da 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 da, then so you can go, and I'll point at you so you can just do it. Just so we have some ceremony and all that stuff. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right, let me do it. Let me do a showtime real quick for everyone that doesn't know. A showtime. Okay, boom, 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 baby. The chat will still be going on. Please donate. Please follow. Please share this out while the thing's going on, and we'll get to all the chat during our Q&A. All right, and here we go, everyone. And I'll point to Corey when we're ready. And
what is everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us. And at the end of the show, we answer questions from you, the people. You know what? started here. This is a kind of happy, sad news. As many comedy fans know, Norm Macdonald recently passed away. It was a sudden thing for us. However, he had been battling a illness for quite some time, kept it very private. But what just came out is he will be having a new special coming out May 30th on Netflix that he filmed to be released in the event of his death.
Whoa.
I believe it was his manager was speaking about how he was going in for a procedure during the height of COVID, and he decided to film it in his living room, an hour-long special in his living room, in case anything were to go wrong. The procedure went well, he was fine, and he shelved it. But as it got towards the end of his life again, and he knew that maybe it was coming to an end, he dusted it back off, watched it, loved it, and it's called Nothing Special. That was the last bit of thing he told. He goes, if you release it, I want to call it Nothing Special. So it's coming out May 30th. It's a brand new hour of comedy from Norm Macdonald in a I don't think it's ever been done before. Something like this being released after death in the sense of it was created for it to be released after his death.
Posthumously.
So I'm very excited as a Norm Macdonald fan from back in the day. Very interested to see this, and I'm his manager said, it's some of the best stuff, and we're looking forward to it, man. So May 30th on Netflix, Norm Macdonald, Nothing Special.
I'm ashamed actually that I have not watched a lot of his stand-up. I've seen a lot of clips, obviously, when he passed away, which is the tragedy of artists, right? Where now everyone starts
humor.
yeah.
Niche
No, I
humor,
mean,
for sure.
I only got introduced to him because of Family Guy, because he portrayed Death.
Right.
And I loved Death. That his delivery was pretty much the selling point of why Death for a long time was my favorite character on Family Guy. But then later on seeing that his kind of comedy, and I think I would.
And it got recast.
Yeah, I know.
That got recast.
And I think my favorite clip of his was I think he was telling the story to Conan O'Brien or something like that, and it was just this very long-winded story, and I was
the
like,
moth
okay.
joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I dig this guy's comedy. It's not for everyone.
Most famously got asked to do the Bob Saget roast, who also R.I.P.
Yeah.
But did this bit where he read off some of the cheesiest jokes, and you could still find it online. It's infamous in the comedy world, where the audience is not laughing at all, but every comedian on stage is dying. And the story that he told later on is that he hates roasts. And so he just looked up some of the worst jokes he could find from the 50s, 50s roasts, and just did those all rapid fire and killed. It's hilarious. If you're into his humor, it's absolutely some of the best comedy on the web. But he ends it very sweetly, just saying that he loved Bob Saget and he's one of his best friends, and that's all he kind of has to say about that. And that just shows you who he kind of was.
Yeah.
Where he was he had this dark, twisted sense of humor, but he was really a sweet guy under.
I really dug his he was the anti talk show. He had the anti stuff. So it was I'm going to be invited to this roast, but I'm going to do I'm not going to play by the rule, which is always fun, and it's cool to see someone going against the grain. And I think that is also just a testament of comedians doing jokes for comedians, where films made for filmmakers instead of for a massive audience. So it's a cool dialectic.
What's your news, Tom?
For me, it's more Netflix news. Today, Netflix Geeked released that they're going to be having Netflix Geeked week, which is going to happen at the beginning of June, with a brand new. Huh? What is that?
What is it?
It's just their own Comic-Con kind of thing. So they're just revealing first peeks and trailers and all that stuff. And so the internet, if you're on the internet like you are right now, you're probably familiar with such things as Stranger Things, which is slotted to premiere at fourth season, which has a lot of people excited, a lot of people here and there for it, whatever. It's Netflix's biggest show. But the thing that I'm the most excited about is some of that DC shit. You know what I'm saying? That DC.
Why is that, Tom?
Why?
Yeah, why are you excited about the DC? Are you the DC boy?
I think only a DC boy would say that. I'm the DC man. No. I'm the DC boy up in here. And we got some first looks. So where we had a little teaser trailer, and we actually did a reaction to it, which you can watch on our YouTube channel, of the teaser of Sandman. And of course, it's going to follow Neil Gaiman's and it's not even magnum opus. It's his most famous works, more than likely in the comic book world, and it will typically be volume 1 of the Sandman, which follows Morpheus, aka Dream of the Endless, and how he is imprisoned for X amount of years and has to get all of his ancient item totems back so he can become the ruler of dreams again. And then over his imprisonment, the world of dreams and realities goes awry. But the Netflix geeked teaser that we saw today showed clips of the cast. So we got to see Gwendolyn Christie, who portrays Lucifer for the first time. We got to see Tom Sturridge more as Dream and kind of how his performance will go, his voice. I mean, it's very hard. If you are familiar with the Audible production of The Sandman, James McAvoy voiced Dream, and that's just such a good cast. There's so many good cast in the Audible version, where now this Netflix version. And so the Audible version is a audio production of The Mind, and we have our very own Shane Salk in the Twitch, who has their own audio production of The Mind, Carcerum, that you guys all should be listening to. You can listen to all the podcatcher apps. But if you ever listen to any of those things, if you're familiar with it, they're so good. They're so in like, I don't know how I was gonna say, other than captivating, experiences that you just like see the images as you're listening to it, and you can just imagine it, and the best parts of it. Yeah, the best parts of it come out. And the Audible version follows the volume 1 book very to a T. It sometimes describes some things, and Neil Gaiman narrates it, but there's sound design and action and all that stuff. But the Netflix version of this adaptation is actually going to be in present time. So where the books were written in the 80s, this is going to take place in maybe the aughts, or at least 70 years from now, which was 1950, and then 70 years later it'll be up into 2020. So it'll be in a 2020 world, which will be very interesting just to see how those characters live in a modern time with cell phones and stuff like that. I'm very interested to it. I think Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer was not the pick that most people expected, but it was one of those things like I didn't know I needed. And I think there's been a lot of those things where John Constantine is not going to be John Constantine in the auto. John Constantine is not going to be John Constantine. It's going to be Jenna Coleman, who's going to play Joanna Constantine. Taron Egerton played Constantine in the Audible version, so it's just very interesting to see like the comparisons between these two productions that almost took place at the same time. So I am very excited about. But that is all the news. So that means we have
Get that news out of here.
We have a lot of questions that we can answer. We have 3 already in the bucket, and if you want to know how you can send us some of your questions and be part of this show, we give you a little shout out, we talk about your question, then you could go on over to our nerdon.tv/questions and send it all over there. Yeah, I have a little post-it note right on my screen. And it's an actual post-it note. I'm going to pull it off. It's right there. Or you can jump onto our Discord at nerdon.tv/Discord, and then there is a whole Nerdon Update channel where you can just throw in all the questions you want. You can slip and slide into all the DMs on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. Send us your questions, interact with us, be part of the show, and you can send questions over. Actually, if you actually want to know a even more prestigious way to get in, if you join that Nerd On Nation for as low as $1, 4 quarters a month, you just get pushed to the front of the line with the Nerd On Nudge, and you can ask us questions such as Brad asks, make one of your fellow hosts go off using only one sentence. So Corey,
God, Tom's gonna Tom. This is Tom's game, man. This is Tom's game.
Now, the question is, chat, do you want to see Corey go off in a positive way of things that he loves, or in a negative way?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, it's not. This is what I'm going to do. We're going to be nice. So, Corey, you coming back? This is your homecoming.
No, do it.
No.
Do it.
Tell me, Corey, how do you do Knights of the Old Republic cinematically?
How do I do Knights of the Old Republic cinematically? How does someone do it? Okay. It's got to be a 3-parter. It has to be.
Trilogy.
You have to follow. I mean, the tough part is, do you follow Bastila or Revan for the first story? I mean, you'd have to follow the unnamed character, Revan. The tough part with a Knights of the Old Republic film is everyone's put themselves into that character. So you're going to run into like what Paramount's running into with Halo right now with Master Chief. Is like, I'm that character. So you'd have to pick someone who's extremely likable all around. I would prefer an unknown. Be pretty cool. But a 3-part series where he finds out, I don't want to spoil the story for anybody, but the big revelation comes at the end of second film, and the third film is what they do with it. You could even do a what if, because you can go 2 ways. I don't know. It could be a lot of fun. There's a lot of possibilities, and you get who would write it, who would direct it. I mean, I still want to go with Knives Out.
Ryan Johnson.
I want to go with Ryan Johnson. I think he could have done it. I think Ryan Johnson has the guts to pull some shit.
I mean, I
with
think
Knights of the
if
Old
you want
Republic.
to do something cool with it, you know how you're saying like you can go 2 ways, you can make a choice. I think somewhere in the third film or at the end of the second film, you do have one of the characters go to a Jedi temple, much like they do in Star Wars Rebels. And then you can, you know how like the Jedi temples, like in some of their cores, you can like see other timelines or other like time frames of where Jedi are. And you could probably see a timeline of what happened if this character did a different thing.
Different timelines. Yeah, I like that. But
I
you
think that'd
make
be pretty
Malik the big bad. You keep hearing about Revan. And then I would love it if you think Darth Nihilus is Revan for a lot of it. Who's the guy with the big mask. Anyway, that's yeah, well done. I want to know what the other one was.
Oh, my other one was why do you think La La Land deserves
Yeah, right. You don't even have to finish the sentence. You don't even have to finish the sentence. Don't even have to finish that sentence. I mean, how do you set Tom off?
Yeah, how do you set me off?
I don't know. Here's the thing about Tom. The tough part about this is he's good at pivoting. He's good at finding an argument for either side on anything. So I could try to go the easy route with, why is Marvel one of the most, I could say like, why is Marvel one of the best things to happen to cinema? And he could actually argue that because it has done a lot of good. It's done a lot of bad, but it's done a lot of good. So it's hard to get Tom's goat when he doesn't want to have that goat got, because he finds more joy in turning that around back on you to get your goat.
I mean, so
am I right in that though?
You were 100% right. I took
Like if someone tries to get you, you'd be like, let me flip that on you real quick. Here's an Uno Veroops card.
I took communication classes. So like they're like, okay, super salad. You're on soup. You're on salad. I'm like, I hate salad. So it's like, I got to now fight for salad. So
and I could try to go like, why is The Prestige one of the most overrated films of all time? But he knows I don't believe that.
Then I'm like, okay.
He knows that's not real.
Well, I'm like, okay, let me argue to say like why it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the problem with trying to get Tom's goat, is that it's ungettable.
Mamba says, how do I set up Tom? Okay, Ray, Joey Wheeler, Ayuk. No, okay, time out. Joey Wheeler is one of like the best characters of all anime because he is not the protagonist, and yet he is the underdog at all times. He's kind of stupid. And even in the like Japanese, he's an idiot, but in the American, they make him just like a bad stereotype of, Italians from New York. Yeah. Where he's just like, but then like he's got like.
That's why Yu-Gi-Oh will always be less superior than Magic the Gathering.
What? Because they actually have a show where.
There it is! I did it! I got him.
Whereas Magic the Gathering has yet to come out with their show that they've been threatening to make for years and years.
I just wanted to get you to go off on something. I had to sneak it in. That's the only way.
That's a good one. But I mean, to that point, like Yu-Gi-Oh is a younger game. It just needs to have
turn it back around again.
It needs to have 20 years to like get to mature, like where Magic has.
If it was a graph, it would have just been, and then back down.
But no, I will agree and say that like Magic is definitely more thought out at this point because it's gone through its juvenile phases, where Yu-Gi-Oh, I think currently right now Yu-Gi-Oh is at its point where it's like we're just a really big franchise and we sold a lot of toys, but we kind of don't know how to like continually expand without turning off other game mechanics. Where like in Magic they have so many formats, which makes you want to shoot somebody on the street and make them an orphan like Bruce Wayne. But then Yu-Gi-Oh is just like, well, now all these cards I played with that I loved are all outdated because this one card is just like stupid OP. Where
Where Magic's like, that's right.
Yeah.
You better play that new OP one.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
So there's that. But then I mean, Mamba with Sonic 2. Yeah. He on the stream he was like, Tom, play Sonic 2, and oh my god.
Did you?
Oh yeah, and it just 100% proves why retro games are always going to be harder because they were just built in that way where they're supposed to last longer.
Yeah.
But again, the dexterity of old school gamers is just better than new school gamers. New school gamers, you have so much hand holding and you have so much
That's
tutorial.
why I repeatedly go back and play like Super Mario World 2 or Super Mario Brothers 2 just because I'm like, I don't want to lose this.
Yeah,
Can't play Battletoads. Can't do it.
And I'm not good at platforming. I'll 100% like I'm not the best at platforming, but I do try to play hard games. I'm like,
sure,
I can do it.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, good question.
Next question. Thank you,
About
Brad.
you for a second. It's never happened.
Next question is gonna be from T-Dog8282.
Yep. Shout out.
Would you rather be a professional cosplayer or a professional video game tester?
Oh, cosplayer.
Cosplayer.
Yeah. I've heard some horror stories from friends who were video game testers, and it is not fun. It is like, think of the most broken game you've ever played that's frustrated you beyond belief. You're like, can't believe they released that. That's your job. That's your job. 8 to 10 hours a day is playing that game nonstop.
I mean, you want the hot take?
Yeah.
I mean, with the state of which games come out at this point, we practically are just game testers.
There it is.
They're fucking half broken half the time, and you pay $80 for them.
But even worse than that, that's your job.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing is like, I'm on the Sonic testing game. It's like, did you not go to work today? Yeah, I would say cosplayer all day because I feel like if I was a professional cosplayer, like Corey experienced this before, many years ago. Corey was like, hey, you want to go to the Los Angeles Comic-Con? It's like, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And I dressed up as Deadpool, had my mask on so no one could even tell who I was. But all these little kids would just like run up to me and hug my leg. And they
Never
just like
seen
want to
Tom
take
so sweaty in my entire life.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And I used to go to the sauna with him.
Yeah, we used to watch Cops together. But like it is a very sweet feeling of like wearing a character and then people wanting to, like, little kids hugging you. Like, I remember there's so many times we would just be standing and talking and then I'd be moving. I was like, well, I can't move. And then like there's like a kid who's like hugging me and like a little parent's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, do they want a picture? Like, I'll take a picture with them. And it's like, yeah. And I was just like, oh, this is cute. And then
How they know who Deadpool is crazy.
Yeah, that's just the other day. I was at the grocery store, a little kid running through Ralph's Squid Game shirt. I was like, no, that is the worst thing ever. I feel like
Usually, video game tester for exactly the reasons Corey said. Respect. I respect that. That's some drive and ambition that I don't have.
It's hard. It's definitely hard.
More willpower. That's willpower that I don't have. That's
yeah, but it's also like, hey, you're. It's kind of like, to me, it's like teachers. You're like a teacher. You're like, you're so good. You're so good for the world that you deserve.
We need you.
You deserve it all. You deserve it. You deserve discounts at every grocery store. And then like all these other cosplayers want to take pictures with you, and it's kind of like, this is kind of nice. To me, I would love to be the anonymous kind of cosplayer. Like, I would love where no one can know who I am. Like, V for Vendetta, I'm a Gundam, and people just want to take pictures, and like little kids are happy. And like, I don't want people.
I would also love to be a professional cosplayer for the fact that we make film stuff, and I would know how to make all those costumes.
Yeah. I'm going to just read a little bit from the chat here. There's that one streamer who's an expert Soul Speed runner, played Crash, and Bandicoot never played Crash ever again. Next question.
Yeah.
Next question. This is going to be our third question from the batch. Everyone get your live questions ready to go. This one comes from Ethan Who, our favorite, my favorite. Asking those over-categorizing food questions.
Mm-hmm.
No, but this question is...
Hold on to some for me, Tom? I assume.
No, this one is going to be, what's your latest obsession?
Magic the Gathering Commander. Nate and I, who's in the chat right now, Nate the Great, go back since birth. And he has been the one person in my life who has consistently been able to play and challenge me in Magic the Gathering. And I didn't find that group in LA. I used to go to some Friday night magics here and there, but the most joy I get from Magic is on a Friday night at my house or at a friend's house, having some drinks, eating some food, and playing some crazy Magic games. And as of a month ago, Tom, I mean, you were playing before that, but Tom reached out to me and was like, bro, I've been playing a lot of Commander, and it inspired me to build a deck. And we're going to do a Magic night, and we invited our friends, Neil and Amanda, over, and they got hooked on it. So now I have a group of 4, if not more, from the warehouse as well, which I got to get involved in. We've been playing Magic, like, and it's like I'm fucking 12 years old again. I haven't had that in LA the entire time I've lived here, and I've got 16, 17 years worth of cards that I've just been building decks around, and I think I have 5 Commander decks now. So
I would probably agree. I think right now playing Commander and Magic is kind of fun. I think Elden Ring was my turn off the brain grind game that I really enjoyed. But right now, like, I got 3 Commander decks, and I just, I bought 2 of them, and then one of them was gifted to me, and the one that's gifted to me was like, they're like, I think you play well with this deck, and I do. And I think the Nickel Bolas, baby. And it's nice. I there's something that I think, when like you're filling out a resume and it says like, what are your interests and hobbies?
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point where like I think I know a lot of old school comic books now, and I'm not keeping up with a lot of the new school stuff. So I'm starting to get to the point where like I think I just really enjoy lore. And I like the lore of Nickel Bickle and Ugin and Planeswalking and all the
you get to the Weatherlight shit and all that stuff.
Or like Soren Markov and Edgar Markov, and like so because I'm now in the Vampire Tribal and the Zombie Tribal.
Venzer and Karn's story with Urza is fantastic too. I'll tell you all about it. It's gonna be great.
And there's something that I really like that like Garrick, right?
Garruk,
Garruk, like his whole storyline or what happened to Liliana. I'm like, there's something really cool with that, and I just enjoy like the world building and the storytelling that happens in between the cards or in between the sets. Or Ob Nixilis just like, I'm just hanging out in New Capenna, and just like, what are you doing? And I think that's super cool. But like, I enjoy just lore and learning about games. I don't have to be the best at them, but there is something where it's like, oh, I like being able to play a bunch of games and having different brain skill sets. So.
And they're coming out with the Baldur's Gate Commander set, Tom, which is like right up your alley. But and then next year, Lord of the Rings, baby.
But also they got the next Planes is Warhammer.
Is it?
I heard it's Warhammer 40K.
Okay, because I know that they're doing some offshoot ones that aren't part of standard, which Lord of the Rings will not be a standard set. It'll be a modern set only, which also is usable in Commander. So I'm going to build a Gandalf deck.
Yeah, you have to, of course.
Obviously. But it's been really fun just seeing like how people play, getting new people into it, and they're picking it up quick, Amanda and Neil. But like getting to see Tom's decks and just getting to try some crazy shit is just, I don't know. I love paper Magic, and nothing will replace paper Magic for me.
Again, shout out to Becca Scott calling me out on the dime. Was like, oh, you're a Slytherin, you play blue black. I was like, okay.
Yes, but
I'm red black blue.
You're Grixis, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, Nickel Pickle's Grixis.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and there's part of me I was like, ooh, man, get Ob Nixilis and get Xander in that deck. Ooh, but I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Now we're going on to some of the saved questions from the chats.
Put your questions in the chat if you got them, baby.
Yes, please. I'm copying them down.
T-Dog says I'm a Gruul player. Azorius for me, or Esper. It goes between the two.
Azorius is what?
White and blue.
White and blue, and Esper is white, blue, black. White, blue, black. Just that control and card draw, baby. Okay, so first question is going to be from Johnny Horror, 1992 Johnny Horror. If all the members of Nerd On was in Ocean's 11 or Bad Guys, what is the skill and plan for a robbery?
If what? Say the first part.
If all of us were? The members of Nerd On was in Ocean's 11 or Bad Guys, what is the skill, plan, or robbery?
Whoa, that's a good question.
I mean, for me, I think my my skill's probably the Don Cheadle skill, the improv distraction, so all the people who are actually talented could go do the real thing. So I'm just like
Sure.
making sure the big roller's like, look at me, I'm doing all the stuff, just like trying to do that.
Or you're Casey Affleck and the other guy too.
Yeah, I mean, Matt
All the arguments with the balloons and stuff.
and Matt Damon wants to do it, but he never gets a chance to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would try to do that because there's part of me that's like, look, I can distract people and I could take up people's time and I could like I think I could do that pretty well. But in terms of technical skill, I can't hack into the thing. I could barely build this PC by myself. I mean, yeah, that's the and what's the plan for the bank robbery? If it's a regular bank, you know, like marble floors and all that stuff, I'm probably coming in with 40 like gallons worth of Starbucks, and I'm walking. I'm like, who had the delivery? And then they're like, what are you talking about, sir? And I'm like, oh, who's got the delivery? And then Corey and Caitlin and Josh are all doing the things that I should be doing. I can't do.
I'll be Brad Pitt because I want to eat food. I'm Rusty. I'm Rusty Ryan in Oceans. I'll call Josh. I guess would have to be Danny because he's looking out over all of Nerdon, all the money, all the stuff, and I just sit there and tell him when his idea is good or it's shit, and I eat food and call him out when he's in over his head.
Caitlin's for sure the plant. Caitlin's like for sure has like found a way to start
Yeah.
working for the company and like is our inside person.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
There you go.
That's that. Next question. Let's get this one
The
from
heist is taking over. Well, E3's not around anymore. I was gonna say taking over E3 and giving it back to the people.
Just for the gamers. Ooh. Okay. Do you want to do a tough question or an easier question?
We got time for both.
Okay.
Do the tough one. We'll end it on the easy one.
Okay. Tough one. Tough one first. Tough one. This one comes from I Robot, aka Amy
Oh,
from
shout
the
out.
Capers Crusaders. This question is: when was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried
Mm-hmm.
was the day my daughter was born. It was, Dana was in labor for 3 days total. Active labor for 19 hours, like pushing for 19 hours, but you're in labor for longer than that, feeling contractions. So she was in labor for 3 days, but so we went to the hospital on my birthday, and then Juniper was born the next day, and so 4 days of just being at Dana's side, making sure she has everything she needs, listening to all the nurses, checking with all, Dad's job in the hospital also is when the nurses come in to make sure that they're on our health plan, like make sure I know what's going on, I can communicate with Dana, and all of that was obviously childbirth is one of the hardest, most painful things you can do in life. So I was just like, how can I help the most? And so what happens is your baby's born, you cut the umbilical cord, they're doing all these measurements, you have the baby, they take the baby away for a little bit, they bring you down to postpartum, and they leave you the baby, and then it's just, all right, good night. And it's just you guys, just the three of you. I hadn't checked in with myself in 4 days, 4 days, and I just did. I laid there for a second. Dana was feeding Juniper. It was quiet. I just had this moment to myself on the little, cot that they give, the bench cot that they give the dad. I just started crying. I was like so happy, but also they're like the thing that my buddy Gabe put it really beautifully is like the thing that you don't realize and people don't tell you about, but until it's happening, is that once your child is there, you basically lay to rest who you were before. You have to say goodbye, and there is a grieving for your life pre-baby that they don't really tell you about. And like, so it was a weird thing where I was simultaneously the happiest I've ever been, but I was also shaking hands with who I used to be, and that was really hard for me to feel all at once. And that was the last time I really cried. And I Dana looked over, she's like, "Are you fine?" I had a sweater over my face. I was like, "I'm actually really okay. I just need to process this for a little bit." And was just like, here's the things I'm sad about, here's the things I'm excited about, and we just talked it out. And I was like, 20 minutes I was totally fine, but I just was also so tired, and so
it's emotionally
it was
a
wild.
lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And also you're physically just physically tired, so there's so much catching up with you, and then finally you get this moment of reprieve where like all of it could kind of finally hit. But even then, he's got a little bit more time to process it all too. So
yeah, and it's so quiet after 4 days of nonstop. They're just like, "All right, here's a human. Good luck." And you're like, What? So that was the last time I cried.
Last time I cried. This isn't the best way to talk about it. I really wish the last time I cried was watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. But the last time I cried was actually on Mother's Day. And this isn't. I'm not gonna do too exposing of it. But pretty much, I've been working through a lot of stuff for myself and kind of really figuring out like why do certain things trigger me and why do I have this sense of inadequacy or not feeling like I'm worth anything to people or jobs or anything. And it comes a lot down to like how I grew up and like how I kind of processed the world as a child. Like this is the tough thing where like let's say you have an event and you invite everyone but one person. And then they're like, oh, why didn't you invite me? And you're like, oh, it kind of slipped my mind. It could be 100% benign to you, but it means something to them. And that's kind of like the unfortunate thing with my own family where like, despite everyone's good intentions, there's always gonna be something that slipped in the crack. And that was me. Right. I slipped in the crack. And there was a part of a nurturing nature that I did not get as a child. And so it's spawned all these years later. And so when you call, if you're on good terms with your mother, you call her and let her know, happy Mother's Day. And I did. And then we just started talking about some stuff. And she like, preemptively started like asking about the things I'm going through and if anything she did. And then it just kind of broke me down because I was just like, I don't want to have this conversation, but I know it's important. And I just started crying. And it was really tough because I was like, I don't want to do this on Mother's Day. I just want to be like, I love you and I'm happy that you're my mom. But like, it is tough to be like, oh wow, like there's some things in my childhood that have affected me in such a way and triggered me in such a way.
Wrestling too, like the same thing where I was like feeling those both emotions. Like my mom tried her best, and yet there's also that part of me that's like, I wish you had noticed these things.
Yeah. And it's tough to be like, the one thing that I have a friend who he's the one that really, he's the one that gave me the commander deck. And whenever we play commander, like when he's getting hit and I look at him, I'm like, and we're about to strike a deal. And I'm like, do you want me to let you be a guy and go out and fight people? He's like, can I be a guy? And so to me, I say it's like to be a person, to be a guy with your parents and be like, hey man, like I still love you. I will always love you because I'm your child and I have this stupid sense of always loving you, but I can't separate the fact that these things happened and it affects me in this way. And it's really, really hard to tell that to your parents that, this thing happened 20 plus.
It wasn't intentional,
Yeah, it happened 20 plus years ago and you're kind of like, I'm not telling you have to say sorry for it or blah, blah, but when they do kind of talk about it and they want you to know that like they take blame for everything, and you're like, it's something you don't know that you think you needed. And you're like, oh, oh God.
Yeah.
Like Corey in movies with dad stuff and just like, oh, it hurts me. And now I'm just Bruce Wayne and Martha Wayne's on the ground. I'm like, oh, mom stuff.
So welcome to the club, man. Hey, it's, it's tough not having dealt with it to the extent that you have. I don't want to, try to relate my story to yours in that way to take it. But with what I've dealt with, it is that weird struggle of being like, I don't want you to feel bad, but I just want you to acknowledge this part, like I know, especially now being a parent and seeing from the other side as well, not that it changes much in that regard, but it does change the part of like, I know there's going to be things I'm going to fuck up.
Oh yeah.
And I just hope I can acknowledge those, or she can feel like she can acknowledge them with me and we can work through it like you are starting to.
And that's a tough thing too, where I always kind of feel like, I'm very blessed to have my parents, and I think everyone can kind of find a silver lining of why they're appreciative of their parents. But to me, I kind of almost feel like there's a lot of things that I know that I had better than other people. And so I always feel like, oh, Tom, you're just being...
But that's the part of us that we were like, Tom, stop that.
Yeah,
both can be true. Both can be true.
Yeah, I minimize my problems and my pains as a child or even as an adult because I was like, oh, someone else has it harder. But that doesn't change the fact that whatever you have is yours, and so like it affects me, and that's just mine. And I'm just like,
that's the phrase that I've been trying to like tell myself recently, especially since Juniper, like with certain situations, that phrase of both can be true is like really, I'm starting to apply that to a lot of more situations in my life, and it's been pretty beneficial. Like, yes, I can feel this way, but also this other thing can also be true. Like, yes, I had a great upbringing and this, but I also still had these things, and both are true, and that's fine, and that's what makes me me.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the either or is helpful.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not one or the other. It is both, and you know, just got to know when to slide back and forth here and there and try to find it. So next question, we're gonna get this one from Nate the Greatest.
Hey,
What is
to stick around for his Diablo stream after this.
What is the most afraid you've been playing a video game in a non-jump scare game?
Oh, in a non-jump scare game. I was there for Tom's, and I'm pretty sure it was when we did the Outlast with the surround sound.
Oh, stupid.
On 30 Rat Gaming.
Yeah, but it was
still up
in a non-jump scare game though.
Yeah, that's a jump scare game for sure. I would have the first thing that comes to mind for me that like I think affected me through life in video games is the underwater level in Mario 64 with
eel.
the giant fucking eel. Yeah. I think that freaked me out for like my whole life of like now when I have like used to have, I guess not anymore, but certain games, like especially like first person things, when I'm underwater in certain first person games, I'm like, I hate this so much.
In a non-jump scare way, what scared me? I mean, I feel like it's not a scary game, but it sells you on two different things, why a lot of people find it polarizing. But Gone Home, it's a game. It's a first person game, and you're kind of walking through this new house, and you're this girl who like your parents moved into this new house, and then you go home and no one's there, and you don't know why no one's there. You think maybe they got killed or whatever. You start seeing some creepy stuff, and then there's like a light bulb that cracks in the next room. You're like, oh my god, there is a murderer or a ghost. So I don't know if that's a jump scare, but like that's not a scary game technically.
No, but it's an ambiance.
Yes, it is.
It's a really well built. I mean, Tom suggested that game to us, and I remember I went home and it was available. I think I waited a few months. Excuse me, but I finally played it. And I remember just texting Tom, being like, "That was fucking amazing." Yeah. So if y'all can go play it because it's really, really good.
Some people say it's not really a game; that it's more just like a walking simulator. But like I had a lot of emotions in that.
That's an aggressive take.
One last question.
Yeah, one more.
One last question. We're going to get this one from Gamer Fuji. Julie asks, what fictional character would be your ideal significant other?
Fictional character. First of all, because we're talking about Julie, she just put something in the chat that said Myst, and I almost went with that because I played Myst as a young kid, and there's a part where you open a book in the beginning, and there's a video that plays, and it's super cryptic, and I couldn't play the rest of it for like another year and a half. Because it scared me so bad. But Myst has a vibe. It has a vibe that's
Beyonce.
Scary and unsettling because you're just alone on this island kind of. Anyway, so fictional character that would be your ideal significant other. Do you have an answer, Tom?
Yeah. Fictional character would be ideal significant other. Fictional character that would be ideal significant other. Oh man, there's so many fictional character waifus.
I've got days for days.
I do. Fictional character.
He has that shirt of what's her name from Back to the Future?
Lorraine Baines.
Lorraine Baines. I was like, Lorraine McFly is not her name.
Oh, it later on becomes her name.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lorraine Baines.
Leah Thompson is the actor.
Still Bay.
Huh?
She's still Bay.
She is.
Maybe you wrote about Persephone from Lore Olympus.
She's a little born yesterday. She's a little too born yesterday. And I feel
some people want that, you know.
Yeah, but I'm a little like, okay, this is let me just draw the picture. It's like,
draw the picture, Tom.
For me, as a character, as a significant other, anyone, I just want them to have like a depth, an experience, a journey, a chemistry for sure, and obviously someone that I like to look at. So like, I like Lilu Dallas, you know, of course, like, oh, that's a cutie, but it's like also that's like a child a little bit, and like it kind of bugs me in a weird way. But I don't know, maybe Wow, that for some reason came into my head too fast, and I didn't like it. I was gonna say Megara from Hercules,
Wow.
and I don't
Alright.
know why. And it's like maybe because like she's not a damsel in distress, and she has an ability to like make deals with the devil, and so like you could tell that she has an ability to think one step ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. That's a hard. Tom needs world weary. Maybe. What? How about you, Corey? Ideal significant other.
Ideal significant other. That's a good question. I mean, it's a loaded question. Of course, we're gonna sign off and be like, oh, why didn't I say
Yeah.
this person? So Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, not because we were talking about it a little bit in the chat, Street 42. There's some part of me that really loves Melanie Walker from Batman Beyond. There's a part of me that loves Felicia Hardy from Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the bad girl type. Maybe it is the bad girl type. Maybe that's my toxic trait.
A little.
Shit.
I mean, it was Rachel McAdams from Family Stone.
Is she toxic?
For me, I'm just like, that's fine.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, she is, but yeah, not at the end. Not at the end, she's not.
Yeah, I like. Yeah. T-Dog, not maybe bad girl with a good heart, but maybe just like a girl with the history, and it's like she's lived the world, she's seen it. She's not, like I need a partner, like kind of like when Batman and Catwoman finally start working together. You're like, I need this, I want this so bad.
Let me ask Dana. Hey, Dana. Quick question. We're live right now. Question is, ideal fictional character who would be a spouse for me, and I can't really think of any. Yeah. Who should I say for this? I said the first thing that came to mind was Rachel McAdams from Family Stone, but she's not really, that's the first person who came to mind. That's the real answer. She's really sweet by the end. That's what I said. Okay, yeah, we're on the same page. We should get married, you and I.
There you go.
So.
Oh,
you
know what? I got it. Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire is yours?
Lizzie McGuire. She's just a normal girl who just like wants to be a person, and it's like, yeah, that's fine. And she, yeah. So I don't know. Or Topanga? I don't know, man.
Rachel O'Neal.
Rachel
for the original one, not Megan Fox.
From TMNT.
I think her name is Judith Hogue is the actress, but yeah, from 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, April O'Neil.
Oh, yeah.
Bay for Days. She's Bay for Days.
There's part of me, yeah, I don't know. There's just like, who's a character? One, like, she's like a fightery girl, so I like it that she can fight. She could do her own thing. She could take care of herself. But then, like,
Trinity.
The thing is that's tough about Trinity. I don't know anything about Trinity.
Yeah. No.
So it's like,
Someone who could. I mean, you said it, Black Cat, or what was the other one you said? Oh, Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Melanie Walker. She's Ace. No, she's not Ace. She's 10. Not 10 years old. Her number is 10. There's Jack, King, Queen, Ace, and she's 10. But yeah, I like her.
Melanie Laurent from Beginners.
It's too many. It's too many Bays for Days. But that would conclude all of our questions for the show. We did all of our news. We did all of the questions. Now it's just for our post-show chat talk.
Hey, thanks for having me back, y'all.
Yeah.
It's been real. I would have let you meet Juniper, but she's sleeping right now. So you know how it is.
I'm still gonna be thinking about
post-show. You're gonna be thinking about that? We'll post in the Discord if you wanna hear some more answers, because I am too. Post it in the Discord. Liliana, Tom?
Dreadhorde General?
Mm-hmm.
She breathes, and then a 2/2 black
Of
zombie
the veil.
token comes
Of
out?
the veil.
Oh, okay.
Of the veil.
This is
Liliana
before
the
she
Veil.
becomes the Planeswalker, right?
No, she's still a Planeswalker.
Oh, okay.
She's always been a Planeswalker. But it's good to be back. Next time, maybe Juniper will be awake one of these times. I'll bring her on the screen. You'll see her. But
a
she's
little guest show.
Yeah, she's sleeping right now. She's got a little. Here we got this little. Here we go. If it pulls it up, yeah, she's out cold right now in her little crib. So good sleeper at night. It's awesome. But it's good to be back. Make sure you stick around. Nate, we're gonna raid Nate's channel. He's gonna be streaming the Diablo 2 ladder But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be thinking about this for a while too. I'm glad that Dana said the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that means obviously
Right.
you guys know each other. Princess Mononoke too. Ooh, Faye Valentine.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But I think she just gambled my money away too much. But I don't know. We don't know how she is at the end of her arc, where she's like, I understand who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I do like a kind of a spice too. So Asuka sometimes, but Asuka, she definitely we gotta take care of her, make sure she's okay and happy and healthy, because there's a lot of things inside of her that need to be.
Yeah.
Tell Dana we say hi, T-Dog. That's for you, Corey.
Oh, I will. And when Tom's thinking about all these bays,
Yeah.
it's spanking time. It's gonna be spanking time. I'm pretty sure.
It's spanking time. Okay. What about
Different context for that sound, but
Motoko from from Ghost in the Shell? Maybe all the positive parent vibes sent to you from Jane You Robot. You got everyone loving you, Corey.
Thank you.
People
guys.
missed you, Corey.
I missed being here, man. I needed the time, to get to know my daughter. But now that she's working her way through life, I can take these Mondays. This is nice.
You're gonna need a lot more time to get to know your daughter. Of course, you need her full lifetime.
No.
Yeah, no, this is good.
She didn't even laugh yet. She discovered her feet today.
Oh, she started grabbing them.
Big day. She's putting them up and looking at them and moving them.
Oh.
Big day for her. Dana did that the week before, so we're all moving pretty fast around here.
Yeah. Well, everyone in the chat, stick around again. But if there's anything that you want to continue conversation, go in the Discord. Also, go in the update channels, and you can even start suggesting update topics. Like, hey, talk about this or talk about that. Like, what are your thoughts about this? I would totally love to see some of that stuff. So one, it gets you guys more involved, and then two, we're also talking about things that you love. Have you watched Lord of the Rings yet? Haven't watched Lord of the Rings yet? There you go, Corey.
No
what are
screen time
those?
yet.
Get her some Jingle Booty shoes. That scene might scare her from the trilogy. Yeah, there's a lot of scary things. Cause Peter Jackson, baby, that horror boy.
She likes being scared though. There's a new thing I do where I go, bah! She jumps and she smiles and laughs. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna prank her mom all the time. It's a good time.
And then you're gonna prank her.
Yeah. No doubt.
Well, let's go ahead and rate. Hopefully, Nate is ready to go. Let's see, baby. Nate, the Great is playing that Diablo 2 Resurrected. Give him some love, everyone. Take care of yourselves. You two have a great night. See you Thursday, Tom. Thank you. It's the adrenaline. Everyone raid. Everyone, again, thank you for the donations from Stree as well as T-Dog. We are still pumping up, getting ready to shoot this short film on the 29th. Everything you guys donate will be helping me and us get out of our pockets and make this short film. Thank you, Corey, for taking some time.
Dude, glad to be here. I'll see y'all next Monday for sure. Can I sign us out? Is there anything else we needed to say? You ready for that raid? All right, guys, It's been a while, but you know the drill. As always,
Nerd on.
Combine those films. So why was this one? But I remember just the same amount of fervor as going to Pokemon, getting those little cards that you got with Digimon, and I forget the little cartoon they had before with the
Angela Anaconda.
Yeah, with the cartoon faces.
They were really pushing that.
I smell a future episode.
No, I mean whatever.
No. Again, Digimon the movie is even more bittersweet than Try Guy for me, and there's a whole episode just on this movie. If you want.
We'll have to bring you in for the Digimon.
He's like,
Digimon.
no.
Not the movie, but Digimon the first season.
But I mean, the making of this movie was very difficult because I wanted. Basically, because in my director's cut, I left that last part out altogether, and it just didn't make sense to me. So their big thing also was it's got to be 80-something minutes for our theatrical release, and I came in at 78 minutes, and I didn't know they were going to put a 20-minute Angela Anaconda trailer on before, and I'm like, that's 20 minutes. That's
hey, man.
Over 80 minutes there. You could have used my cut.
Wait, time out.
You see me sometimes on the internet. I know
Yeah.
you may not be on it as much as I am. Are you telling me I have to hashtag release the Nimoy cut?
Yeah.
Are you telling me I have to do that?
They don't have it. It doesn't exist. Fox Kids doesn't exist.
I can cut